Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more Total War Arena. In today's video, we're going to be checking out a replay I got the other day of a super high tier battle. I'm going to be playing my tier 9s and I believe there's some tier 10s in the game as well. And this is going to be a Greek only commander challenge. So basically our team of 4 people are only allowed to play Greek commanders. So we have a Kanani, we have a Leonidas, we have a Miltiades, and obviously me playing Alexander. So it's a really fun battle, and it's just goes to show the power of the Greek generals, because they are really decent, and you can kind of make them all work in their own way. So as I said, I'm going to be playing as my tier 9 Greek cavalry. I'm getting closer and closer to maxing these guys out. I mean, it's still quite a journey away, but we're getting there, and I haven't really hit their power spike quite yet. They don't really get good until they pick up this armor right here, which gives them a bit more charge impact, which helps them out a ton on maybe some charges where they're not as favorable. Maybe I'm like turning and not as fast. This charge impact will really help out. And then the huge increase to the power of this unit comes when I pick up this weapon right here, and it gives me 40 plus impact damage. This bad boy will just increase my damage so much, because not only do I get a plus 40 impact damage from picking up the weapon, I also get an extra 50% due to my 36% on hammer increase and also the 12% right here. So that's basically, it's a 48% increase on my impact damage, which is just huge. That will make me just, inflict and just rip through enemy lines with that extra, it's basically like almost a 60 plus increase basically, which is amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to ramping these guys up. And then it's just the slow grind, the extra, 300,000 experience after that. My God, that's just disgusting to pick up the tier 10s and have the Hellenic cataphracts. But I mean, tier 9 is fun to play, and you basically can go toe to toe with all the tier 10s anyway as this Greek cavalry, and then it's obviously just picking up, the last piece of armor and stuff, and then it'll all be good. So yeah, let's jump into the battle, and I will see you guys there. Okay guys, so we are loading in right now on Hadrian's Wall, one of my kind of better maps, I would say. I do really enjoy this map because it allows a lot of cavalry play on it, even though there's also a lot of like tight areas on the map as well. So let's go ahead and pause it really quickly. I obviously just need to quickly change so I can play a switch, and then we can check out the army comps and what our side is bringing at least. I won't go ahead and just look at the enemy, because for these type of battles where I'm not reviewing it, I just want to kind of stick from my point of view, I think. So as you guys can see, obviously I have my tier 9s right here. Then over here we do have Cataphracts with his tier 8 pikeman, and he's playing Leonidas. Click on him, you can see he's playing Leonidas pikes. Then up here we do have Morgoth with his tier 8, his tier 8 Sacred Band Miltiades cavalry. And then finally we have Peleskos over here with his tier 9 archers, again looking pretty goddamn sick. The tier 9 archers are always kind of the superior ones, honestly, because they end up, just doing a lot more damage, whereas the tier 10s just seem to be a little bit more tanky. So you can see the rest of our team, we have some Falksmen, some nice tier 9 infantry. But I mean, the hoplites just look so sick. And then over on this right-hand side, we have some more infantry and also some tier 9 Roman heavy infantry. I think this is the lighter one out of the two. So over on this left-hand side, our Greek contingent is going to push up and try and take this watchtower. Taking this watchtower is great because not only do we have spear support to kind of hold the flanks, we also have access to the watchtower as well. And this watchtower will give us some great vision over the battlefield. And you can see right here, just taking this tower allows Peleskos just to open up and start hammering away and chipping away at the HP of these pikemen. I'm just kind of sitting off in the ways because there's not really a lot for me to do right now. And here we go. We're going to start off with a huge barrage from Peleskos' tier 9s down upon the tier 8s down here. And if these guys get caught by the barrage, they're going to take a lot of casualties. They managed to dodge the first couple shots, but now it is raining arrows, and these guys are just getting pinned down, losing a huge amount of their units. I think they're down to 2, whereas Peleskos is sitting pretty healthy there. However, some pikemen did manage to charge in, and they're actually going to be getting routed. This was a really nice move here by the Miltiades, going ahead and just hitting the flanks, and then also popping fear, making him really slow at turning, and now he's going to be routing, allowing us just to cut this unit down to size really early on in the battlefield. However, the enemy team, which is a really good team as well, these guys are also part of the of the Zeus clan, and they're really, really good as well. You know, I'm always quite nervous going up against Sun Tzu because he does outsmart me quite a few times whenever we play battles, so I always have to try and be on my guard when fighting him. But they're going to be making a huge push in the center right now, and we don't really have anything here whatsoever. We went hard up on this left flank, and the enemy team are going to be trying to seize this. I'm going to be pushing up my cavalry here, trying to cut off this flank and stop Sun Tzu from making his way all the way around the flank and hitting maybe one of our units there. Luckily, we have pikemen in the front of the base, and that's going to be kind of slowing up a lot of the enemy advance and kind of biding us time to get down from these flanks and pushing down. You can see we do have some more archers over there coming, and right here I'm going to get a really nice charge off. Sun Tzu was just moving and turning, so he didn't have enough speed, and obviously because I am Greek cavalry, I can just come flying in right now and hit him. Now granted, I'm going to take a few more casualties right now as I do get out of the battlefield, but if I was to stay in combat with Praetorian cavalry, I would have just simply got slaughtered. I mean, just look how heavily armored they are compared to my cavalry. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that charge and then get the hell out of there. I also did make sure I put my anvil on the unit as well, just to kind of slow him down so that I can get out a bit more effectively. You can see my other cavalry is coming up here, but I don't want to overcommit right here because this battle, I know is going to be a close one right now. The enemy team, you know, they're very good players, and in these high tier battles, you know, you can come back from 200, 300 point difference just, you know, if you play right. So I don't want to waste my cavalry. I want to save it and look for as many opportunities as I can, especially Alexander as well. Alexander is extremely vital to my battle plan. Over here on the right hand side, you can see our archers did manage to barrage and take down quite a few of these casualties. However, the tier 10 Spartans are moving up, and they're going to probably be able to catch these archers, which is really bad for us, because if these archers die, that's a huge part of our force taken away. It does look like both the Spartans are going to be trying to move in here and trying to take out the infantry first, which isn't a bad idea. The archers can come later. We've managed to make our way down this right-hand side, or this left-hand side now, and we're going to be trying to, you know, just allow Peleskos to pick up the damage off on the infantry. You can see right now I'm kind of safeguarding this left flank from any cavalry coming in. We have infantry on the front lines with the pikemen, and that's kind of giving Peleskos free rein just to, you know, shoot away at this infantry. And he's kind of focusing down this Miltiades first, because Miltiades is extremely strong, he's extremely mobile, but he doesn't have much missile block, so you can actually try and take out these spears fairly effectively. I mean, granted, you know, Miltiades and these hoplites are still kind of tanky, so they don't really go down too quickly, but this is a great unit just to try and take out early on. Unfortunately, it does look like our pikemen are going to be routed, which really sucks. Oh my god, look at this as well. Through the fire and the flames as the Falxmen are cutting down this Roman infantry. Obviously, the Falxmen ignoring all shield defense, so giving them a great advantage when fighting against the Romans when they're obviously not in vengeance. Does, however, look like they are breaking through in the central point right now, which isn't good for us. Their sheer numbers are taking the advantage, and as well as that, because we've retreated from the left-hand side, they're also going to be bringing a lot of their forces down. I think, thankfully, though, we are winning on this flank up here. Yeah, we are securing this flank, so we're not going to have to worry too much about that, besides the elephants. And, I mean, over here as well, it does look like these tier 9 archers are also getting a lot of damage off on the infantry, and also just providing a nice little crossfire. I'm also surprised how well the tier 9 spearmen are doing against the tier 10 Spartans. I thought that the tier 10 Spartans would slaughter these guys, but I guess because they can't get a full surround, the other infantry are just holding. I mean, who is this as well? This is, oh, they're both Miltiades, so I'm surprised that the tier 10s don't just dominate this. I mean, they're going to win this, and, I mean, they're both losing quite a lot of men. Like, I'm not going to lie, I thought the tier 10s would ruin that, but I guess not. So as you can see, we are trying to force back now. The enemy have managed to break us in the center, and they are pushing full force down. Their archers are raining down upon our Falxmen, and Falxmen are an easy target for the archer fight, so they need to just get the hell out of there. You can see I'm pushing my men into the forest now as fast as I can. And the enemy infantry are just simply surrounding and cutting away at our men. Luckily, Peleskos gets a couple more ticks of damage off on Rabies as he does move back. But I imagine he'll be going straight for this. Oh, that's a really nice charge if he can get any Oh, that's a really nice charge off there. No, it's not. Oh, that was so close. But he should be able to catch this unit if he's quick enough, and that's exactly what he does do. Getting, obviously, your spears into fighting horses is a dream, and Miltiades does a good job of that. However, Sun Tzu is going to take that extra bit of damage on his horses in the hopes of routing this entire unit. So I would say that's a good trade for the couple horses that Sun Tzu lost there. We can see more of a pikeman making their way down into trying to hem us in right now. I'm moving my horses back to the base as there's not really a lot of space I can do, and I don't want to leave any of my units exposed right now. So I move these guys back whilst keeping an eye. I'm also going to be pushing them over to this other flank to try and help out the archers. And then obviously this unit's going to go ahead and try and focus down, make their way through the battlefield, and then just take out the remainder of these tier 8 archers. Because if we can kill these tier 8 archers, then we can go ahead and really secure a battlefield. I feel like the enemy maybe didn't have as many archers as us, or if they did, they're all dead now, so we kind of have that advantage. And having the archer advantage whilst having protection for them is just so good. I'm also going to continue my charge right there, right into these guys. You saw the damage I did. Unfortunately, though, I don't think I get my anvil off in time, and he does end up getting his pike all down, which I could have sworn I think this was one. No, I did get my anvil down. Yeah, I did get my anvil down, which... No, I didn't? He fought in the shade, so is he getting a pike or not? I swear he's anviled. Can I select him? I can. Yeah, no, that's the wrong person. Yeah, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I did get my anvil down off on him, so he couldn't put his pikes down, which is huge. It kind of gives Alexander Cavalry a great opportunity to take out a lot of these pike players. If they can initiate the charge and get anvil down, they can end up killing the pikes, because the pikes are awful with melee. So even Alexander can do okay against them. So it's really good, you know, if you can catch pike players off guard, charge into their rear, pop anvil, and just cut them down, because it's not actually too hard to do that. Now, you obviously will take casualties, and that might not be worth it, but it's still very interesting to appropriate with that. Over on this right hand side, you can see that the enemy are shifting their attention now, seeing that there's a lot less resistance right now. The archers are very much undefended, so if Sun Tzu can get round, also Invictus as well, he's moving around with his tier 9 Greek cavalry, and his tier 9 Greek cavalry is fully upgraded compared to mine. I found that out the hard way. The archer fire is going to come in, but he's going to be lining up a wonderful charge right there. Oh, the barrage! Look at the numbers go, can he? He hammers through the barrage, though. Unfortunately, though, his charge just misses. I feel his pain right there. Sometimes when your unit's not lined up properly, maybe some units are a bit messed up, the charge doesn't actually work properly, and it flips your charge back, and I feel your pain right there, Invictus. I feel your pain. I'm going to come in, though, and clean up this cavalry unit. Sun Tzu does manage to get a few horses through here, and a pretty nice charge there off on the tier 9 archers, taking them down. He's been trying to bring through more horses, but I believe I am also over here as well, ready to try and meet him. Sun Tzu using the really nice tactic right there, as Scipio has a much longer charge, so you can actually use that to cover a lot more distance and surround these archers. So I've got my horsemen here. I'm kind of waiting for Sun Tzu to commit a bit more before going in. Over on this other side as well, I must not be paying attention. Luckily, though, I didn't lose too many horses, and I obviously came back. It is hard when you're trying to pay attention to both sides of the battlefield, keeping an eye over there and also over here. I'm also right there, and luckily, again, I just scraped by with the skin of my teeth against Invictus's charge. If I was to get caught by that, that would have just slaughtered me. We can go back to normal speed now as the battle does continue on. Rabies again comes in with another really good charge there, off on the tier 9 archers. And that's probably going to be all she wrote for the tier 9 archers. Once the Roman infantry gets in, that's going to be great. But I do come in trying to save them with a nice little cavalry charge there. Try my best, but obviously there's only so much I can do. Rabies is coming in with more infantry, along with Socialist Hippie as well, with his tier 10s moving right round the flank. Battle's looking pretty good for us so far. You can see our team is currently capping. They are, however, going to go ahead and just, decap to get more points. So that's something that people do at higher tiers, just to basically, get a few more experience. So you run out of the cap zone, run back in. I mean, it's kind of a bit ratty, but sometimes when you can only get a maximum of 3,000 points, I don't think it's too bad. And it's kind of is part of the game as well, so just got to accept it. Because I feel like if they were to change that and make it so that if you go out of the cap zone, you lose all your cap points, I think that kind of sucks as well, because it stops a lot of other gameplay. So I think this is just a mechanic people are going to have to deal with. Nice right here by Cataphracts coming in. I believe his name is Cataphracts. This is Captain something, and I don't want to be mispronouncing it. I'm just going to be calling it that anyway. So yeah, he's going to be coming in very nicely with his pike formation, just slaughtering these Romans. Pikes are the strongest infantry from the front you can ever deal with. Obviously, and coming from the back, though, they're not very strong. And then over here as well, Socialist Hippie is making his last push in here with Rabies. The Archer Fire is coming down. I love the Spartan shields as well. They look so ferocious. Something I really want to see is some more cosmetics for Greek horses, obviously because I play Greek horses. But I think it would be great to get some leopard print, like some leopard like skin saddles and stuff like that. Would be so cool, you know, like true Alexander style. And also, just see how good this game was, and there was no artillery in it. Like, this was one of my favourite games I've had in a long while, because there's no light artillery, there's no big artillery. It was just a fun, good scrap. Both teams had archers, both teams had cavalry, infantry, you know, pikemen. It was just a good battle, and a lot of the time at these high-tier engagements, if you all of a sudden get, like, one or two artillery players in the game, it completely changes it up, because all people do is just camp the artillery because it's the easiest way to win. And it takes all the fun out of it, because the enemy team has to then do like one strategy to try their best to win. And it's just really boring losing half your unit, you know, before you even get up there. So I really hope they do tone down artillery very soon, because they really honestly do need to. And that's going to be the battle pretty much. So we did manage to win in this Greek-only challenge. We slaughtered the opponent and claimed the victory. I personally did alright. I'm not going to be, you know, I obviously didn't do the best in the team, but I think I was up there. You can see did I click on the wrong team? I must have. Well, Socialist Hippie was on the other team, but he did come up top, and then obviously on our team right there, we had the beautiful Germanicus player going in there with his vengeance. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you want me to play next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.